A Muslim man was awarded $245,000 this week after suing the state.
He says an officer in the Colorado Department of Corrections violated his First Amendment right to practice religion. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch joins us after sitting down with this man and talking about it.
Tajuddin Ashaheed converted to Islam in 1993. Since then, he's had several stints that landed him in prison, like aggravated robbery, protection order violations, and assault. Every time he was processed, he was able to keep his beard. But after a technical violation went out on a parole for a harassment charge, a correctional officer forced him to shave, though his file had clearly noted he is Muslim. Before someone speaks, so much is already said.
Like my kufi, or even for Muslim women wearing the hijab. These are very visual symbols that a lot of people key in very quickly that identify you as a Muslim.
Tajuddin Ashaheed doesn't believe the hair on his chin is a lot.
I call it a struggle beard. I would love to have a full beard down to my stomach, but it just grows the way it grows.
But he knows it's enough to show his commitment to his Islamic faith.
It's a symbol.
One officer in Colorado's Department of Corrections intake facility didn't think so.
In his opinion, I didn't have a proper Muslim beard.
In 2016, after Ashaheed was admitted for a parole violation, he says the officer told him to shave his beard.
This is exactly how I looked when I went to prison.
So not only was it a violation of rights, but it really felt like a strip of identity?
Oh, absolutely.
He tried to fight it, but complied.
It was pretty humiliating.
And sued once released. This week, he just won $245,000 after a 10-year legal battle.
The leverage was that I had a great lawyer who fought along with me every step of the way.
That lawyer
Yeah.
was civil rights attorney David Lane.
He contacted my office and we filed a First Amendment freedom of religion lawsuit against basically the state of Colorado.
Lane says the win shows Muslims around the country they have power.
Taj was held accountable for his wrongdoings by going to prison. The government is also going to be held accountable for their wrongdoings every single time a constitutional violation occurs.
Ashaheed says it took about 8 months for his beard to grow back.
Yeah.
But for every hair of his self-proclaimed struggle beard, he says it represents the true struggle of fighting for what's just and right.
And so I'm hoping that my case, sort of serves as an example for people going through similar situations.
Under the Department of Corrections standards around hygiene and grooming, beards that are grown in accordance with the religion are not required to be cut if the offender has documentation. According to Ashaheed's lawsuit, he did. The officer involved is now employed with the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, according to the Colorado Peace Officer Database. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
So 10 years this has been going on.
That's a long time.
I didn't realize that. Maybe I didn't hear about it back then.
Yes, he was absolutely keeping on this because he knew how important it was to him and, again, the greater religion as a whole.
Okay. Thank you, Janelle.